Hello, I'm TT, and today, as part of Gamera's 6th anniversary celebration, we'll be covering the last film in the series, Gamera the Brave, released in 2006. World cinema is another wave of hits, bringing us films like 300, Pirates of the Caribbean, Deathman's Chest, X-Men The Last Stand, The Da Vinci Code, and Over the Hedge, and also the new James Bond film, Casino Royale. The film itself has one major problem. Its predecessor was Gamera 3, Revenge of Iris. If the entire Heisei trilogy hadn't existed, I think this film would have had much better reviews. Just to be clear, the Heisei trilogy is great, and I absolutely love it, but Gamera the Brave is my favorite installment in the whole series. It continues Gamera's Showa era style in a very cool way, maximizing Gamera's strengths of our children factor. When it comes to cheat characters, it's hard to say how many you actually have. Toru Aizawa deserves this description. He finds the X containing Gamera, adopts him, and is the film's main driving force. The second character is Marin Shio, the protagonist's neighbor, who also has her own medical subplot related to her health condition. A small digression here. This subplot is connected to Toru, who lives along with his father, his mother having died in an accident. The theme of loss and the fear of losing both his friend and Gamera runs through the film. We return to the theme in the context of Gamera. We also have two of Toru's friends, Masaru Ishida and his brother Katsuya, who appears in many scenes with the protagonist, some showing them simply spending time together, as children do. They also have some scenes with new Gamera, their little Toto. So we already have 4 children characters, and that's not all, because we have a lot of children that help Toto in the finale. Also, a group of about 3 teachers step forward to protect Toto from the military in the final scene. And finally, there is another child hero, Gamera. We have 2 versions of him here. The first, called Alan Gamera, appears at the very beginning of the film, showing him fighting a group of Gauss but losing, forcing him to commit self-sacrifice, killing himself but taking his enemies with him. Then the action jumps forward 33 years, where Toru finds an egg from which a tiny turtle hatches, a new incarnation of Gamera. This is unique to this film. Arrow, the tiny Gamera, also appears at the end of Gamera Rebirth. Here we also see him grow into a full-sized version. Because of Gamera's self-sacrifice, about which the adult heroes inform Toru, he feels about Gamera's condition when he fights his opponent. But he eventually gains confidence that this won't happen, and he's right. The opponent is a new monster, Zedus, the most gorilla-like of all Gamera's opponents in my opinion, as he is also a bipedal lizard-like creature with a tail, arms, and so on. The main distinction from Godzilla is his numerous spines. Without them, he could easily be considered a variation of Godzilla, maybe with an unusual snout. Here we have 2 fights between Gamera and Zedus, which are also less typical than in the previous film, especially from the Showa era, where Gamera typically lost in the fist fight only to win the final. Here, the fist fight ends in a draw, with Zedus thrown off a bridge and landing in the water and do not continuing the fight. Gamera himself, however, loses conscience and is captured by the military. Here we also have a change from the Heisei trilogy. In this film, the government/military were hostile to Gamera for a large portion of the film. Here, however, remembering which side Gamera's previous incarnation was on and knowing that Zedus eats people, the military supports Gamera, helping him regain his strength for the next fight, which, of course, he wins, and then flies off into the distance. I really like this fight, both the actual fight scenes and the segments focusing on the kids and Toru's final hat over of the piece of the magic stone he found with Egg Toto. The actors. This is interesting. Let's start with Kaiju roles, specifically the Legion in Gamera 2 Attack of Legion. In that film, the titular Kaiju was played by 2 actors. Izuku Yoshida was the front of the Legion, and Toshinori Sasaki was responsible for the back. Sasaki again participated in the production of the next film, Gamera 3 Revenge of Iris, where he has an unspecific role, but however returned in Kaiju roles in this film, but this time not as a collaboration, but against each other, with Yoshida playing Zedus and Sasaki in the role of the Gamera. Takuchi Tomorowo played the subway conductor in Gamera 2 Attack of the Legion. In the next film, Gamera 3 Revenge of Iris, his role is described as Doctor, and here he is Mr. Hitotsugo Shimizu. Tatsu Watanabe played Company Commander Fuji Suoso in Gamera Guardian of the Universe. Here he was a lost sailor. Ichimaru Keijo played SDF air personnel in Gamera Guardian of the Universe. Here you can see him as Dr. Amamiya Sohiro. As for references to this film, unfortunately, I haven't found any anywhere, unless we count the fake news that circulates online from time to time, which show Gamera from this film. Single are standard, almost, meaning that we don't get a VHS release, which is surprising with a film from 2006. But we have DVD and Blu-ray. First and foremost, we get the single releases and of course the Arrow release I mentioned in every video. Here of course we got the obligatory standard, a version with Japanese audio, English dubbing, and commentary by Kate Arto and Bob Johnson, plus many interesting bonus materials. How to make a Gamera movie by director Ryoto Tasaki, behind the scenes of Gamera the Brave, an on-screen documentary, The Man That Made Gamera, a documentary about the entire Gamera series, and Kaho's Summer, an interview with the kid who played the main character. Online availability is standard, especially for American viewers, where the film is available on the free service Tubi.tv. Comic-wise, we have 3 titles here. Arrow 1 is pretty symbolic. There is Hope, which I discussed in more details in the video about Gamera Guardian of the Universe. According to Wikizilla, the last page, the part where we see the egg, should be in the field as Toto. The second comic Wikizilla list is Gamera the Brave, Prologue, published in 2006. I don't have any further information on this, however. The last comic is Gamera 2006, Harding, which expands on the film's plot, featuring significantly more about the battle scenes between Avan, Gamera, and the Gauss. Merchandise is of course standard. Various figurines were available, depicting Gamera in the various versions in the film. We also get Zedus and even Gaius figurines. The next recording will be about Gamera Rebuild, but for now, that's all. Thank you for watching, leave a like and subscribe if you liked it, and I hope to see you again in the next video. Bye!